Welcome back to Vital Signs. I am here with Bryan Fetzer. He is an expert in all things elite athletic performance and has multiple businesses in the space. Bryan, we have talked about nutrition for peak performance. We've talked about the mental side, mental resilience, and some of the things we can do, accepting that failure is a part of the equation, and how do we learn. You gave us great tips for how to learn from those failures and move forward after we analyze. I want to dive into a topic that's really kind of hot right now, and it's a much overlooked part of the peak performance process, and that's the training, but the recovery. So many times, and we see this on Saturday in college football right now. If we're watching college football, we see this on Sunday. We will overtrain during the week and then maybe drop a bomb on Saturday or Sunday because we're not adequately rested. I see it a lot when we play on Sunday and then again on Thursday night in football. You can see that fatigue factor. Talk to me about how important is recovery, and what are some of the things that we can do to really elevate our peak performance through recovery?
Well, a lot of times I know personally, I learned over the course of coaching that less is more. And when I say that, it sounds kind of crazy, but you don't have to continually crush your body all the time to reach the highest level. You have to do actually the opposite. You have to perform at a high level. You have to get training in, but then you have to let your body recover from that. And then the older you get, the longer that recovery time is. I mean, I remember when I used to work out, pretty hard 5 days a week, and I could bounce back. Or if I had a heavy lift day, I could recover really quickly that next day. But as we get older in a general population, our testosterone level is lower. We don't bounce back. We don't have quite that oomph to get back at it. So you've got to make sure you're looking at ways to get better from a recovery standpoint. Probably the biggest and most overlooked and underutilized is sleep. Getting the proper hours of sleep. Set yourself a clock. Hey, I'm going to go to bed at this time. I'm going to get up at this time, and put it in your schedule. Put things in there that you can actually control and get more sleep. That's the best recovery tool possible. What you're eating in your daily diet and what supplements you're taking, those can definitely benefit. But sleep is the biggest one, and putting yourself in an area that you can get the best, most optimal sleep. Make sure that the blinds are closed. Make sure it's a dark room. Make sure you're staying off your phone prior to going to bed. Making sure that you're not eating too close to bed. Making sure, and this is a hard one for a lot of folks, making sure you're not consuming alcoholic beverages too close to bedtime. All those things can disrupt your sleep patterns. It can disrupt how you're sleeping, and also the inconsistency. Like I said, when you're going to bed, if it's 12 o'clock one day and 9 o'clock another, that's not good. It doesn't fall with your natural sleep hormones.
About quality of sleep. Most of these things, for those of you who are watching, most of the things that Bryan has addressed impacts the quality of sleep. Yes, it's a quantity conversation, but if we don't have a good PM nighttime routine that winds our body down and tells our body, hey, it's time, brain, to shut down. You don't need to think about that right now. And really get ourselves set for sleep success. We're set for sleep success.
Yeah. One of the things that I did in my later part of coaching is I made sure I stayed off my computer, my emails, because the worst thing you can possibly do is get one of those emails at 9 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock at night before you're getting ready to go to bed. That rouses you up. That it might be that bad email. You got bad news, or you might have got something that wasn't really positive in nature, or something put stress on you. Hey, you just found out there's a deadline and it's going to come up. Your mind is going to be in overdrive. You're going to be thinking about those things, through your out, and you're not going to get a very good night's sleep.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So it's about quality of sleep. It's about quantity. I'm sorry, we have to pause. We're having some sort of a technical challenge.